Hey everyone, welcome back to your own channel, Zen Wisdom Wave. Have you ever met someone who seemed charming at first but later revealed a more self-centered, manipulative side? Today we're going to uncover a powerful technique that can help you detect a narcissist in just 10 seconds. You heard that right, only 10 seconds. By learning this simple yet effective method, you'll be better equipped to protect yourself from toxic relationships, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even someone you've just met. So stick around, because this quick tip could save you from a lot of heartache and frustration. Let's dive in and uncover the signs of narcissism together. Before diving into the ocean of knowledge, let me make it clear that I won't insist you to subscribe. If you enjoy the video, you will subscribe on your own. However, I do insist that you watch the video until the end and leave your review in the comment section. Now let's get started. Number 1. The compliment test. Alright, let's dive into the first technique, the compliment test. This is a quick and revealing method to gauge someone's narcissistic tendencies. And it only takes a moment. Imagine this scenario: you're in a conversation and you decide to offer a genuine compliment. You might say, "Wow, you did an amazing job on that presentation." Now, pay close attention to their reaction. A typical response would be a modest thank you or perhaps a bit of humility. But a narcissist? They're a different story. Narcissists crave validation and admiration, so when they receive a compliment, they often respond with an exaggerated sense of pride. They might bask in the praise, going on about how hard they worked and how great their skills are. Some might even try to outdo the compliment, saying things like, "Oh, that was nothing. You should see what I did last year." Their reaction can be a mix of self-importance and a lack of genuine humility. Instead of sharing the spotlight or acknowledging the team effort, they'll make it all about themselves. This need to be the star in every situation is a classic red flag. So next time you're in a conversation, give the compliment test a try. A little praise can go a long way in revealing someone's true colors. And remember, it's not just about the words they say, but the attitude they display. This quick and easy test can help you identify narcissistic traits and save you from potential headaches down the road. Number 2. The conversation shift. This is another quick and powerful method to detect narcissistic tendencies, and it's all about where the focus of the conversation lies. Imagine you're chatting with someone and the topic has been all about them so far. To test for narcissism, subtly shift the conversation away from them. You might say something like, "Did you hear about that amazing project our colleague completed?" Or, "What do you think about the latest news on climate change?" Now, observe their reaction closely. A well-balanced individual will engage with the new topic, show interest, and contribute thoughtfully. But a narcissist, they often struggle with this shift. Watch as they quickly steer the conversation back to themselves, perhaps saying something like, "Oh, that's interesting, but let me tell you about what I did yesterday." They might become visibly disinterested, impatient, or even irritated that the spotlight isn't on them anymore. Narcissists have an insatiable need to be the center of attention, and when they're not, it shows. Their inability to stay engaged in a topic that doesn't revolve around them is a clear indicator of their self-centered nature. So next time you're in a conversation, try the conversation shift. It's a simple and subtle way to reveal a person's true focus. If they can't handle the spotlight being on someone else, you might just be dealing with a narcissist. Number 3. The empathy check. This one's all about seeing how someone responds to the needs and feelings of others, which is crucial in spotting narcissistic tendencies. Imagine you're having a conversation and you mention a situation where someone else is facing a challenge or needs help. For example, you might say, "My friend is really struggling with their workload and feeling overwhelmed lately now." Closely observe their reaction. A person with genuine empathy will likely show concern, ask questions, and offer supportive comments like, "That sounds tough. How are they coping?" Or, "Is there anything we can do to help them out?" They'll demonstrate an interest in the well-being of others and may even share a similar experience to relate. However, a narcissist's response can be quite different. They often lack true empathy and might respond with indifference, dismissiveness, or even annoyance. You might hear something like, "Well, everyone has problems," or they might quickly shift the conversation back to themselves, saying, "Oh, that reminds me of this time when I was overwhelmed." Their reaction often lacks genuine concern and is more about how the situation reflects on them. This lack of empathy is a hallmark of narcissistic behavior. They struggle to put themselves in others' shoes and often see the world solely through their own lens. So next time you want to gauge someone's empathy, Try the empathy check. It's a simple way to see if they can truly connect with others' feelings or if they're more focused on themselves. This quick test can help you identify narcissistic traits and understand who you're really dealing with. Number 4. Observing body language. Non-verbal cues can tell you a lot about a person's true nature, and when it comes to spotting narcissists, their body language often gives them away. Imagine you're in a conversation or a social setting. Pay close attention to how the person carries themselves. Narcissists often exude an air of confidence, but it can come across as arrogance. Here are some specific cues to look for. Posture. Narcissists typically adopt an expansive posture. They might sit or stand with their chest puffed out, shoulders back, and take up more space than necessary. This is their way of asserting dominance and showing they believe they are superior. Eye contact. While maintaining eye contact is normal, narcissists often overdo it to the point where it feels like they are trying to intimidate or dominate the conversation. Alternatively, they might look right through you, as if they are uninterested in anything you have to say unless it pertains to them. Gestures. Watch for over-the-top gestures. Narcissists may use grandiose hand movements, exaggerated facial expressions, and other dramatic body language to draw attention to themselves. They thrive on being the center of attention and will use their gestures to make sure all eyes are on them. Facial expressions. Pay attention to their facial expressions. Narcissists often display expressions that convey superiority, such as smirking or looking down on others. They may also show impatience or irritation when the focus shifts away from them. Mirroring. On the flip side, some narcissists might mimic your body language and expressions to create a false sense of rapport. This is a tactic to make you feel more comfortable and open up, but it's usually superficial and self-serving. Observing these non-verbal cues can provide powerful insights into a person's character. Body language is a subtle yet telling aspect of communication, and narcissists often can't hide their true nature. So next time you're interacting with someone, take a moment to read their body language. It's a quick and effective way to gauge if you're dealing with a narcissist and protect yourself from potential manipulation. Number 5. Subtle criticism. This method can quickly reveal how someone handles feedback, which is especially telling when dealing with potential narcissists. Imagine you're in a conversation and you gently introduce a mild critique or a differing opinion. You might say something like, "I think your presentation was great, but maybe adding a few more visuals could make it even better." Now watch how they react. A well-balanced person might appreciate the feedback and respond positively, saying something like, "Thanks for the suggestion. I'll consider that for next time." They handle criticism with grace and see it as an opportunity for growth. But a narcissist? Their reaction will likely be very different. Narcissists have incredibly fragile egos, and any form of criticism, no matter how mild, can feel like a personal attack. You might notice them becoming defensive, saying things like, "Well, I thought it was fine the way it was," or "I don't think that's necessary at all." Some might even go on the offensive, trying to undermine your point or criticize you in return, saying, "Do you even know how much work I put into that? What do you know about presentations anyway?" Another common reaction is dismissiveness. They might brush off your feedback with a quick "yeah, sure," and immediately change the subject to avoid addressing the critique. Their inability to handle even the slightest criticism without becoming defensive or dismissive is a clear indicator of their narcissistic tendencies. Subtle criticism is a straightforward yet effective way to gauge someone's true character. By observing their reaction to mild feedback, you can gain valuable insights into their personality and protect yourself from potential toxic interactions. So next time you want to test someone's ability to handle criticism, give this technique a try. It's a simple way to reveal narcissistic traits and understand who you're really dealing with. Number 6. The Grandiose Story. This technique is all about listening to how someone talks about their achievements and experiences. Narcissists love to embellish and often tell grandiose stories to make themselves look superior. Picture this: you're in a conversation and ask the person to share a memorable experience or accomplishment. Sit back and listen closely to their story. A well-adjusted individual might share a balanced and realistic account, highlighting the contributions of others and expressing genuine humility about their achievements. But a narcissist, their story will often be larger than life. They might describe events in an exaggerated, almost unbelievable manner, casting themselves as the hero or the star. For example, they might say, "I single-handedly saved the project and got a standing ovation from the entire company," or "Everyone was struggling until I stepped in and turned everything around." Pay attention to the details they include. Narcissists tend to focus on their own brilliance, often omitting the contributions of others or downplaying any teamwork involved. They love to bask in their self-created glory, using these grandiose stories to feed their need for admiration and validation. Also, notice how they react if you try to verify their story or if you show skepticism. A narcissist might become defensive, insisting on the accuracy of their tale, or they might add even more embellishments to convince you of their greatness. They might say, "If you don't believe me, just ask anyone who was there, or you had to be there to understand how amazing it was." The grandiose story technique is a fascinating way to reveal narcissistic tendencies. By simply listening to how someone recounts their experiences, you can gain a lot of insight into their personality. So next time you're chatting with someone, ask them to share a story about a significant achievement. It's a quick and effective way to spot narcissistic traits and understand who you're really dealing with. Remember, no single behavior is a definitive indicator of narcissism. It's the pattern and consistency of these behaviors that matter. If you notice several of these signs in a short interaction, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. I hope you found this quick guide on spotting narcissists both insightful and useful. Remember, these tips aren't just about labeling people, but about protecting your mental well-being and fostering healthier relationships. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might benefit from it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest content. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with narcissists in the comments below. Have you used any of these techniques before? What other topics would you like us to cover? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Stay smart, stay safe, and keep those positive vibes flowing.